Hi everyone, my name is Kayla Mohan Blake and I am going to be your host from Travel Week for this webinar. So today we are going to be hearing from San Juan County, from the unique rock features and uncrowded hiking trails to the Needles District of Canyonlands National Park to the north, to the iconic landscapes of the American West in Monument Valley's Navajo Tribal Park, to the south, San Juan County, Utah's Canyon Country offers one of the world's most unique travel destinations. So before I hand anything over, I'm just going to do a bit of housekeeping. So we do have a prize today. It is the Utah Canyons Country gift bag. So if you want to qualify for this, you do have to stay until the end of the webinar. It won't be more than an hour today. And we are going to be answering all of your questions at the end of the session. So if anything comes to mind, just pop it into the Q&A box in the control panel and we will make sure to get everything answered for you. So I would like to introduce our presenter today. Her name is Allison Yamamoto-Sparks, and she is the tourism director. Thank you so much for being here, and whenever you're ready, take it away.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
No
I'm just going
problem.
to share my screen. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm having some difficulties here getting my screen to share. Sorry about that. My screen seems to be freezing up here. Are you able to see that?
Yeah, we can see it. Just put it in the presenter mode, and then it'll pop up so we can see it larger.
Okay, just one second. I don't know why, but my mouse pad is just not working properly.
No
Of
problem.
course, right? It worked when we tested it.
Worked 2 minutes ago.
There we go. Oh my gosh. I'm sorry. Just one second.
No, it's okay. Don't worry.
There we go. Can you see it now?
Yes, perfect. There we go.
Hopefully we got our one technical difficulty out of the way for the day. Just wanted to introduce myself. Again, my name is Allison Yamamoto-Sparks. I'm the tourism director for San Juan County, Utah's Canyon Country. I just like to start always by just helping orientate, where San Juan County is located within the state of Utah. If you look at the larger map here on the right, that is San Juan County. It's a very large county. It's one of the largest counties in the United States of America. We are located in the southeast corner of the state of Utah. You can see that little highlighted section in the map of the four corner states to the left. So just to the south of Moab and right up against the four corners. So if you're familiar with that area, that's right where we're located. I like to point out as well just that we're a little bit far from major airports, but we're very centrally located between several major airports. So if you look on that map, you can see Salt Lake City to the north, Denver, Colorado to the east, Albuquerque, New Mexico to the southeast. We're north of Phoenix, Arizona, and we're to the east of Las Vegas. Las Vegas, Nevada is off to the west of us. So pretty centrally located. Those are where the major airports would be as far as flying in and out of the area. There are also smaller regional airports in Grand Junction, Colorado, Moab, Utah, just to the north of us, Flagstaff, Arizona, Durango, Colorado. So often those are the airports we're checking when we're flying in and out of the area ourselves. Real quick, I'm just going to share a video, which I think will be a good overview of San Juan County, and then I'll get into some of the details and get a little more in depth into some of the parks and monuments.
Out here, the landscapes feel endless. Canyons twist and stretch towards the horizon. Stone towers rise like time itself. This is Utah's Canyon Country, the Southwest's best-kept secret. A place for travelers who crave more than a view. Ride the open trails. Paddle the San Juan River. Discover the unique influence of indigenous culture, both past and present. Then, unwind in ways you never expected. Find comfort in boutique hotels, luxury glamping under the stars, and dining experiences that rival the views. Because here, The adventure doesn't end with the daylight. It continues, every smile, every sunset, and every endless starry sky. Utah's canyon country. Wild, welcoming, and waiting to be discovered. Start your journey at utahscanyoncountry.com.
All right. I like to start with a video. Just hopefully everybody saw a couple things at least that they recognize, and hopefully a few things that you're interested in learning more about. Definitely our most well-known area in San Juan County is Monument Valley Navajo Tribal Park. So I think everybody, everywhere around the world has probably heard of Monument Valley, whether they watched the old Western John Wayne, John Ford movies, or, Forrest Gump. It's become kind of the backdrop for the American West through the films where it's appeared. But definitely we recommend that if you're going to visit Monument Valley, there's many different ways you can do it. You can drive through on your own. You can go with a guide. There's all different types of tours, whether they're open air vehicle tours, hiking tours, horseback riding tours, sunrise, sunset, so many different types of tours, but definitely going with a guide is the way that we would recommend that you'll get the most out of your visit. When you go with a guide, you get to visit additional parts of the park that you're not able to access in your own vehicle. And so that's really a great way to see more of the park, learn from your guide. They'll tell you about the Navajo history and culture of the area, as well as the movie history. So just a much more in-depth experience when you do go with a guide. Just to the north of Monument Valley is an area that I think people are not super familiar with. A lot of people know of Horseshoe Bend, just outside of Page, Arizona, which is one big bend on the Colorado River. Gooseneck State Park is, like I said, located just about 30 minutes north of Monument Valley, and it's the photo across the top here, three huge bends on the San Juan River. I always joke that I think the only reason it's not as well known as Horseshoe Bend is it's just not as easy to photograph. It's a very wide shot. So, up until recently when we all have wide angle on our phones, I think it was just very hard to capture in a photograph. And so maybe that's why it's not as familiar to everybody. But it's a beautiful overlook. One thing I always like to point out about Gooseneck State Park is there's no hike required to get to it. I know at Horseshoe Bend, you have to walk maybe a quarter mile. It might be just over a half-mile round trip. Gooseneck State Park, there's no hike required, so it's accessible to everyone. So that's something you can tell your clients who maybe can't or just prefer not to hike. You really pull up to the parking lot, you take about 20 steps and you're standing at this overlook. So great and very accessible for everyone. Beautiful overlook. There's no visitor center or anything like that at Goosenecks. It really is just this overlook. But it's something that I know we hear constantly from people. If they didn't know what it was, they saw the sign along the road and they didn't stop, they're always really disappointed once they realize what they missed. So it's definitely something that we recommend visitors to the areas to stop at. And just outside of that area, just outside of Gooseneck State Park, still just about a half an hour north of Monument Valley, are these three areas which, when I have friends or family visiting the area, if they just have one day, this is the area I take them to. I take them to Goosenecks and I take them to these three locations. So Valley of the Gods, Muley Point, and Moki Dugway. I'll start with Valley of the Gods since it's the closest to Gooseneck State Park. That one of the entrances is located really just barely outside of the entrance to Gooseneck State Park. People often compare Valley of the Gods to kind of a miniature Monument Valley, where it's an unpaved road that takes you through a valley with a lot of freestanding rock features. The difference between Valley of the Gods and Monument Valley is that Valley of the Gods is not a park, so there's no entrance fee to visit. It's not as crowded as Monument Valley is. So some people, that like to get away from the crowds tend to prefer Valley of the Gods. Valley of the Gods also is a great area for free dispersed camping. There's a lot of little pullouts along the way as you drive through the area that you folks can pull out and just camp for free. So just outside of Valley of the Gods, if you were to continue driving north as if you're going to Natural Bridges National Monument, which I'll share a slide on that in just a moment, you would drive up a stretch of road. It's the photo in the top left-hand corner. It's called the Moki Dugway. And it's one of those things that I feel like has become sort of the unexpected memorable high point of people's vacation in our area. It's unpaved switchbacks. It's about 5 kilometers of unpaved switchbacks that take you from the valley floor by Valley of the Gods and Gooseneck State Park about all the way up about 1,000 feet to the top of the mesa. I think it catches people off guard because it's part of the state highway system and it is unpaved. So you're driving along, you start seeing these signs telling you there's a steep grade coming. You can't quite see where the road's going to go. And then as you're driving it, whether it's from the bottom or from the top, it's a pretty dramatic stretch of road. We always joke that when we share it on our social media, everybody likes to share their stories of survival. We get thousands of comments from people telling us, how they feel like they almost died on the Moki Dugway, which it's not dangerous at all. It's very well maintained, but it is unpaved and it is switchbacks. And like I said, it just catches people off guard. So it may seem kind of funny to recommend a stretch of road, but it's something that people really remember when they visit the area. So I would recommend that we recommend it to people, but definitely prepare them for what the road's like so they know in advance and they're not caught off guard by it. Once you reach the top of the Moki Dugway, you could take a turn out to the west that would take you out to Muley Point, which you can see in the bottom left-hand corner. Muley Point is part of Glen Canyon National Recreation Area. It's just barely into the boundary of that area, but it is a great area, just a beautiful overlook. You have almost 360-degree views out over the canyons. You can see the San Juan River Canyon. You can see out to Monument Valley. It's just a beautiful, beautiful overlook. And again, like Valley of the Gods, it's become a popular area for free dispersed camping. So that's something that we like to make sure folks know about when they're heading out in that direction. Heading north a little bit, just 3 areas that I like to share are Newspaper Rock, the Needles District of Canyonlands National Park, and Needles Overlook. So these are going to be located about halfway between Moab and Monticello, which Monticello is the next town south of Moab. So I know that far more people visit the Island in the Sky district of Canyonlands. That area is very popular, it's the closest one to Moab, very popular for the scenic overlooks. But if you have clients that are hikers, the Needles district of Canyonlands is definitely the area that you would want to send them. There's a lot of interconnecting hiking trails. There's great, really short hikes for kids and for families. There's great day hiking, backpacking as well. That's definitely the area where I would send folks if they're interested in hiking in Canyonlands National Park. And so as you're driving into into the Needles district of Canyonlands, you'll see this large petroglyph panel off. It's on the left-hand side here on the photo. It's called Newspaper Rock. It's one of the largest and most easily accessible petroglyph panels in Utah. You can see that there are hundreds and hundreds of figures etched in the stone here. And similar to Gooseneck State Park, I like to be sure to point out to people that there's no hike required to get to Newspaper Rock. So it's accessible to everyone. Park in the parking area, take maybe 20, 30 steps, and you're standing right in front of this panel. And for folks that are a little bit short on time, maybe if you have clients that didn't have time to drive all the way out to Island in the Sky District of Canyonlands, but they still want some sort of scenic view, like up high looking down over the park, Needles Overlook is something that I really recommend to people. That one is also located about halfway between Moab and Monticello. It's just about probably 15 kilometers off of the main road. And it's not a park, it's not inside of Canyonlands, but you do have a view out over Canyonlands. And so it's a great, easier, quicker stop to add onto your itinerary if you're a little bit short on time and don't have time to make it out to Island in the Sky. Natural Bridges National Monument, I mentioned that earlier. If you were driving up the Moki Dugway, this is one of the places that you could be driving if you continue on after the top of the Moki Dugway. Natural Bridges National Monument is a very small park. It's just about, I would say, a 10-kilometer loop drive that takes you through the park and past the overlooks or the trailheads for the 3 natural bridges that are located there. So you can see photos of them here. They look very similar to arches. They're not arches. The way that they're formed is just different. They're formed from water running through them, like a river, creek running through them over time. But Natural Bridges was actually the world's first international dark sky park. And so I will go into a little bit more dark sky information soon, but that is a distinction that the park has. It's very dark out there, very quiet. It's one of those places where you can be in a park, a monument, a national, a part of the national park system, but definitely be able to be away from people. It's a little bit off the beaten path compared to some of the national parks like Arches or Zion National Park. And so you are able to kind of get out and get away from people, but still be in a national park with the amenities that you would have within the national park system. Like I mentioned, the dark skies, we have 6 designated dark sky places in San Juan County. So Canyonlands National Park, Natural Bridges National Monument, Hovenweep National Monument, Rainbow Bridge National Monument, Goosenecks State Park, and just recently last summer, the town of Bluff was designated as a dark sky community. So this is a great area if you have clients that are interested in astronomy, viewing the night sky, or participating in ranger-led night sky programs. We have a lot of those occurring in our parks and monuments down in this area. And a new thing with the town of Bluff and their dark sky designation last year, they began in November of last year their first annual Bluff Dark Sky Festival. So they'll be holding that again this year, again in November. I don't know that they've released those dates yet, but it's going to be mid-November. But the thing that kind of sets their Dark Sky Festival apart from other Dark Sky Festivals is that they're incorporating the Native American interpretation of the night sky. So they brought in a few different Native American guides who are able to talk about, what the constellations, we may call it this, but what it's called in the Native American cultures, and what the meanings are. So that's something that I think is pretty unique to Bluff, and definitely something that we've been being asked about for years. So I know there's interest in that. We have quite a few guided activities down in our area. These are just photos of just a few of them, but everything from guided Jeep tours, OHV tours, guided hiking with Native American guides, river trips on the San Juan River, ranging from everything from a half-day trip to up to about a 7-day trip that takes you the full stretch of the river. So a lot of different types of activities, horseback riding tours, all kinds of things down in the area. I think the one thing that sets ours apart a little bit from other areas is many of them are taking you to archaeological sites. So you can see up in the top left-hand corner a Jeep tour or an OHV tour that's taking you to some cliff dwellings, some petroglyph panels, things like that. That's also what's different about the San Juan River compared to some of the other rivers in the area. I know the Colorado around Moab, it's a little more whitewater and a thrill ride, whereas ours is more of a mellow float trip down on the San Juan River, more of a mellow float trip with stops at archaeological sites, some huge petroglyph panels, and things like that. So that's sort of the difference between those areas. Then we also have things that you can just do on your own, such as the Bluff Fort. You can see in the bottom left-hand corner. The Bluff Fort is it's replica buildings in the town of Bluff that represent the original pioneer settlement in the community. And so it's a great place to take families. You can walk through. There's interpretation in many of the cabins telling you about the families that settled the area. There are activities like panning for gold for children, pulling hand carts. They have some like period clothing that you can dress up in. So great stop for families. We would definitely recommend that. They also have a very large restroom facility made to accommodate bus groups. So if you have any larger groups coming and they need a quick bathroom stop, that's a great place to send them as well. Then in the top right-hand corner, you can see Edge of the Cedars State Park. So I pointed out Goosenecks State Park and Newspaper Rock as two things that are very easily accessible to folks that don't or can't hike. Edge of the Cedars is the other one that I want to point out. If you have clients that want to see an archaeological site, a structure, but can't or don't hike, Edge of the Cedars is a great place to send them. This kiva that's in the photo here is located just behind the museum. So that's the reason they built the museum where they did, is because of this site. So you can walk through the museum, look at the pottery and artifacts that are on display. When you walk out the back door onto the grounds of the museum, you can actually climb down into this structure if you want to. There's a ladder where you can climb down. It's been stabilized and it's safe to do that. So also in our area, one of the things that I hear the most, especially from international tour operators, is that their clients are looking for unique lodging experiences. So they want the lodging to be more than just a place they're sleeping. They want it to be part of the experience. We have a lot of that in San Juan County. So you can see here, just again, just a few photos. I don't have time to share all of them, but just a few photos that show some of our unique lodging in the area. So in the top left-hand corner, Desert Rose Resort. It's a beautiful, beautiful property located in the town of Bluff. So that's about just under an hour north of Monument Valley. Beautiful property. They have a traditional lodge portion. They have some newer, they call them courtyard suites, I'm sorry. They have a beautiful indoor pool and hot tub. They're actually in the process of building some new cabins as well. And another thing that they're constructing right now is sort of an outdoor performance space where they hope that they'll have some different Native American musical dance and musical performances that they could schedule throughout the summer. That's in the works right now. If you move down to the bottom, Bluff Dwellings Resort, this is one of the newer properties in Bluff. Both of those bottom two photos are of Bluff Dwellings Resort. You can see that it really blends in with the landscape, and that was the goal that the owner had, was to kind of model the buildings after some of the archaeological structures, so that they sort of blend in, kind of look, don't clash with the landscape. But it's a beautiful property. You can see they have an outdoor pool and hot tub. They have a spa. The owners also own Wild Expedition guiding business. So if you are doing a river trip or some of the Jeep tours, canyoneering tours with Wild Expeditions, those depart right from in front of the lobby. So it's very convenient if you have clients that want to do some of those tours. If they stay at Bluff Dwellings, the tours depart and return right from there. So it makes it very easy for the visitors. In the top right-hand corner, you can see a glamping tent, and I actually really need to update this slide. I'm realizing this glamping Canyonlands just opened for their season, I think a week and a half ago, and they actually have updated their tents. So I actually don't think they have this specific tent model anymore. They have a few more that have hard-sided with a tent ceiling, but they have all different types of units. They have one of their newest ones is called a pod. Um, and it's kind of like a tube with a clear end. It's made specifically for stargazing. So if you're laying in the bed, looking up, you would have the glass kind of bubbling out over where your head is, so you can fall asleep looking at the night sky. But it's privately owned. One thing that people really like about this are just the personal touches that the owners put on everything. They'll deliver a tray of hot chocolate or coffee to your tent door in the morning if you arrange it ahead of time. So just lots of little touches like that. And also just that the tents are pretty spaced out from each other, so you have a lot of privacy. I believe they only have 6 or 7 units, but it's intentional so that everybody has privacy and space. And then just a quick slide with some of our dining. We have very small towns throughout San Juan County. So I think our largest town has about 4,500 residents. So that's a question we're asked a lot, like, where do you eat in these little towns? We actually have some really, really great dining and quite a variety as well. You can see here sushi. We have a great sushi and Thai restaurant in Monticello. So if you have clients that are looking for vegetarian, that's a great place to send them. All different types of dining. But one thing that we do always recommend is just trying some of the regional cuisine. So you can see a Navajo taco in the top middle, or the bottom middle is a blue corn waffle made with regional local blue corn. So whatever you decide to eat in the area, we definitely recommend trying some of the regional or some of the Native American influenced cuisine in the area. And then also having such small towns, we don't have any shopping malls or anything like that, but we do have really great shopping in our trading posts. So if you have clients who are looking to find a little piece of San Juan County to bring home with them, whether it's Navajo baskets, rugs, jewelry, pottery, definitely send them to the trading posts within our communities. That's a great place to find regionally made artwork and goods. And that's just a really quick overview. There's so much more, and I'm happy to answer any questions that you may have. This is my contact information here, or general contact information for our office. But I'm happy to answer any questions now, or if anyone has any questions later, please don't hesitate to reach out. Thank you.
Thank you so much for that presentation. It was wonderful. So I'm going to look and answer anyone's questions now. So if you do have questions, remember to pop them in the Q&A section so we can get them answered. So for the first question we have from Lena, excuse me, where do clients book the escorted tours to Monument Valley? Is there a preferred tour company that you would suggest?
So there are so many tour companies down in Monument Valley. We really work with the ones that are on the Utah side of the border, which makes it hard because it's right there, half Utah, half Arizona. So on our website, we do have a list of the guides who we work with. One that we work with quite often is Simpson's Trail Handler Tours. That's one we often send familiarization tours out with. One thing that Simpson's Trail Handler Tours does that not all of the guiding companies do is all of their tours include some sort of a musical performance, whether the guide plays the Navajo flute or drums or sings. They all incorporate some sort of performance like that, and not all of the guiding companies do. So that's one of the reasons why we do recommend Simpson's Trail Handler tours. So those can be booked directly with them, but like I said, on our website, utahscanyonCountry.com, if you go to our guides and outfitters section, you can see the guides who we work with listed there.
Oh, that's a great resource. Thank you for sharing that. We have a few more questions. So from Mark, what is the best time of year to visit?
The best time of the year, I mean, I would say spring and fall, and probably everybody says spring and fall for their areas. I would say spring and fall just for the weather. We have a lot of elevation change throughout our area. Monticello's at like 7,000 feet, so we never get too hot in Monticello, but Monument Valley is much lower, and so the peak of the summer, July and August, tend to get pretty hot in that area. I would say if you're able to come April, or actually, I'd say probably May into June. September, October, those would be the best times. Families kind of are, at home. It's not summer vacation, so it tends to be a little bit, less crowded during that area. But if you do come in the peak season, the peak summer when it's hot, just get out and do your hikes early in the day and maybe take a little nap in the afternoon or do some shopping in the afternoon. But there really is no bad time to come.
Amazing. Next question is from Sarah. Are there any hidden gems or off the beaten path places that visitors may miss? I know you touched on some of those.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I would say the Moki Dugway, that stretch of road. So the Moki Dugway and Gooseneck State Park are probably the two things that I hear the most that people, if they miss it, are disappointed that they missed it. So I just try to always get those on people's radars in advance. And then the things that I pointed out that don't require a hike to get to, those are other things that I really do try to point out to people. I will say though, if you have clients that are really into hiking, the Needles District of Canyonlands, I'll say my very favorite hike is the Chesler Park hike. It's just so much diversity along the trail. That's after living here for 17 years, I still haven't found a hike that I like more than Chesler Park in the Needles District of Canyonlands. So that's my hidden gem.
Oh, wow. Definitely have to check that out. Another question is from Kate. What is the state park fee cost?
Oh, man, I am not sure what the state park fees are right now, and I think they vary depending on the state park. So I'm sorry, unfortunately, I don't know that off the top of my head, but if you go on to our utahscanyonCountry.com website, we do have links to each of the state parks that are in our area, which are Goosenecks and Edge of the Cedars. And so that they would have that information through those links.
Oh, perfect. Let's see. Another question here from Henry. What type of traveler is Utah Canyon Country best suited for?
I think our area is best for folks who don't mind putting out a little extra effort to get to amazing places. So we're so close to Moab. Often, we compare ourselves and we're compared to Moab. I love Moab myself. It's very easy to be a visitor in Moab. Everything's so close to town, 5 and 10 minutes from town. So I can see why people gravitate towards that area. But I will say in San Juan County, if people are willing to put out a little extra effort instead of driving 5 and 10 minutes, if you're willing to drive 30 minutes, sometimes up to an hour to get to some of these locations, you will be rewarded with just amazing, uncrowded parks, monuments, hiking trails. So I think that's what I would say is somebody who is willing to put out a little more effort.
Yeah, I think putting in a little effort, you get rewarded when you do that.
You do, for sure.
Okay, last question we have here is from Chris. What are the best areas to pair with Canyon Country if clients want to see a few different places? So I know you just mentioned Moab, but is there anywhere kind of near that they can do some of those areas and then some other areas as well?
So there's several areas, and I think just because being a large area, San Juan County being so large, and there's so many different ways to access the area, we're just to the south of Moab. So if folks wanted to visit Moab and our area, maybe Moab and Monument Valley and do a few things in between, that's a great, very natural path to send people. But also the Torrey Capitol Reef area. If you were to drive, heading towards Natural Bridges and then continue on Highway 95, that's the area you would reach next. I mean, it's several hours away, but not Capitol Reef is another one. But even like the Kanab area, you would have to dip down into Arizona as drive through Monument Valley, dip down into Arizona, come back up through Page, and then Kanab is your next area. But I often hear from people that those are the areas they either just came from or are visiting next. So I think any of those three areas, it's just the natural directions of travel. You're not having to go out of your way to get to any of those areas.
Perfect. Well, thank you so much. That comes to the end of our questions. Thank you so much for being here today, Allison, and teaching us all of that stuff. It was a great presentation. I'm sure you'll have a lot of inquiries coming your way. Agents, thank you so much for being here today and staying through the entire session. We're going to be drawing the prize winner offline, so if your name is selected, you'll receive an email from us shortly. And I hope everyone has a wonderful weekend. We'll see you next time. Bye, everyone.